Grace and peace and good morning, everybody. Yeah, hear this? I'm already on some stuff. What am I doing? I ain't even pray. Okay, you guys, what is up? It smells so good downstairs. I love those wall plugs. Are you kidding me? It smells so divine down here. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm Jalen. If you are new, it's a little dark. Hold on. This is your first vlog? Meet me in the comments. What's up? Welcome. About to spray the house down. I'm using this White Barn coconut mahogany. You can't convince me that this ain't it. Okay, I'm getting ready to spray the whole house with this. Oh, this smells so divine, you guys. Yeah, maybe we're gonna spray the dining room. I'm doing too much. I'm spraying too much because this is not a big bottle whatsoever. I mean, I could always buy more of these online. Y'all, I sprayed too much. I sprayed too much. I'm over here spraying it like it's Febreze. Jalen, why would you do that? I'm about to open the door. Yeah, but welcome guys to another vlog. Today is Monday, May the 1st. So happy May, everybody. I always get excited for a brand new month because it's like, let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's a new month, new opportunities, start fresh. It don't matter what happened last month. Let's start fresh. Let's do it. I just got done praying. I just prayed for all of you. Like, obviously I don't know everybody's name. If you are already subscribed or if you just subscribed, just know you just got prayed for, okay? So I'm feeling good in the mind and the body. I do have therapy today. Also, I need to go ahead and make my little to-do list of the things that I know I need to do today. But I'm getting ready to make me some coffee because I need, no, I'm not. I have Celsius in the refrigerator. I forgot I had Celsius. Or do I not have Celsius anymore? I sure do. But I do have some new flavors. This one is the strawberry guava. And you guys know I love the kiwi guava. I need a new tripod because the tripod I use makes me like have to put the camera like down here. So then it's like you're looking up above me. And I really don't like that. I actually would like for y'all to sit, like if y'all were to sit here, I kind of would rather y'all like sit here instead of like down here all the time. But I don't have a tripod that small that can actually sit up that high. But cheers, good morning. Certain angles, okay, it's lightening up. So I just got this credit card. Girl, you know it's official when you get a credit card and it come in a FedEx pack, like this. This is me just basically wanting to understand this card a little bit more. Yeah, so this thing has all of the fees. Fees aren't too bad, but they are there. I'm not gonna lie, this coconut mahogany stuff low-key smells like a man. Also, I want to get into the Word of God, so if you guys want to hop on with me, you guys seem to really enjoy when I hop on and do these like Bible study segments, so let's do that. All right, I am back. I actually left my Bible in the car. Look, y'all, when I was getting ready for church yesterday, I grabbed my Bible, put it in the car, but my nephew was in the passenger seat. So usually, obviously, I'll put myself in the passenger seat, but he was sitting right there. So I put it in the back seat. I get out the car, get inside of church and everything, left my whole Bible. Then I get inside yesterday from church, still left it in the car. So I'm like, my baby, this is my baby, like my Bible, oh my God. So I'm still in 1 Samuel, and I'm sorry if I'm taking forever to get out of 1 Samuel, but let's see where we are today, Lord. Speak, Lord, through your word. Or let me see, what is the Bible verse of the day? Maybe I can go off of that a little bit. The Bible verse of the day is Galatians 5:14. The KJV version reads, all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And that scripture, even in that one, is so good because it just really goes to show God really calls for us to love our neighbors. Like, that's what we should be doing, is loving people. Love God and love people. You know, loving your neighbor as you love yourself really goes to show if God is telling us to love people, then he's also telling us to love ourselves, love his creation. We are God's creation. And because of that, it's like we should be loving on ourselves a lot more. So I believe I left off, because my page marker is here. I left off at chapter 20. Because right now what's going on, just as a recap, what's going on right now is there's David and there's Jonathan. And the Bible talks about that Jonathan really loved David. Chapter 19, it says, but Saul's son Jonathan liked David very much. The Bible kept saying how Jonathan loved David. As a recap, Saul, we know Saul, he was the king at the time, and he got jealous of David because David again really came to the scene, setting the standard. He was pretty much doing the very thing that Saul was supposed to do, because as we know, Saul has in my terms, was fumbling his bag, fumbling his assignment that God gave him. He was doing his own thing. So David comes to the scene. God used David to do a lot of things that Saul, I don't know if it was supposed to be Saul to do it, but God got somebody else to do the things, the assignments that he needed to do when it came to the Israelites and so forth. Saul became jealous of David, unfortunately. You know, jealousy is really embedded in his heart. He started to despise David because it says that David was successful in all that Saul sent him out to do. Even if it was a setup, he was still successful in all that he did, to the point that Saul tried to trap him, get him tricked by saying that he was going to give him his daughter Merab, which he ended up giving his daughter Merab to somebody else. And then there's Michal, which is his other daughter. He was like, you know, he was like, I'm going to trick him again and try to use this daughter. But he didn't know that that daughter, Michal, actually loved David. So when David still fulfilled that assignment, when the trick didn't work, when the enemy's tactics didn't work, he still had to fulfill that promise to David. So he ended up getting his other daughter. Then there was another time where Saul wanted Jonathan to pretty much set him up in a way and get him killed. But Jonathan loved David again very much, to the point that he even went against his dad and was like, I'm telling David what you're plotting to do. He didn't tell his dad that, but he just told him, I'm gonna let David in on what my dad is trying to do. He even went to his dad and was like, why are you trying to kill this man? He hasn't done anything. Why are you trying to kill this man? So even your son is calling you out on your crap. Even your son is like, Dad, like, you gotta chill. You're trying to kill this innocent man when he has done nothing but has succeeded in the things that he's done. He's been your warrior. He's been doing what he needs to do for you. Like, he's been doing what he needs to do, and yet and still you want to kill David. Why? So in chapter 19, there were plenty of times where David fled and escaped. So again, I love where I'm at right now in 1 Samuel, because again, it really shows God's love for David and David's love for God. It's a beautiful relationship. Just how David went against the very things that people were saying to him, especially, and I keep talking about it, but just how when it came time to fight Goliath, he was able to be like that, set apart. God calls us to be set apart, not set aside. Who remembers that video? Not set aside, but set apart. So David was set apart, and he went to battle with the army of the Lord, with the Lord on his side, and was able to win and defeat, even when everyone else told him, you're crazy, you shouldn't do this, you're gonna die, he's gonna kill you, whatever. And he ended up winning anyway. And somebody left this comment about the stones that David got, the 5 stones. This person in the comments said that David grabbed 5 stones because he was aware that Goliath had 5 brothers, or 4 brothers rather, so it would have been 5 of them. So I didn't know that. I didn't even read that in the text. I don't know, but if that's true, then that's interesting. So it just goes to show, that's all I got. I'm ready to, maybe he anticipated maybe possibly fighting more, because when it comes to the enemy, he's not gonna play fair, because he'd be the one to be like, we coming to fight, no weapons, but he'll pull up with a weapon in his back pocket and end up stabbing you in the side. Moving on, chapter 20 of 1 Samuel, we're seeing here again where David fled to Naioth and Ramah and came to Jonathan and asked, what have I done? What did I do wrong? So he's even asking Jonathan here, like, hey, what did I do to make your father want to really kill me? Like, I've been his servant. I've been with him all this time. What changed? What happened? This is what I mean by you have to be mindful of the company that you keep, because people will be very intimidated, or people will, because of their lack or something that they're not doing well at, or something that they're not doing that, and if you're doing that, people are intimidated by your fight. People are intimidated by your relationship with God. People are intimidated by the strength that you carry, how you carry yourself. And you may not know that the next person beside you that you've been walking with, that you've been friends with, just don't like you anymore just because of your confidence. That's why, and I hope I'm not getting off track here, but that's why you have to also be mindful of the things that you share with certain people. If you have dreams or you have goals or you have something that God revealed to you, sometimes it's not for everybody to know. It's not, because you don't know who might be plotting. You don't know who might be trying to do something behind your back, get you, like, you just don't know. So you have to be so mindful of what's going on. So we have Jonathan here in chapter 20 asking, David asking Jonathan, what have I done? Jonathan is assuring him in verse 2 says, no, you won't die. Listen, my father doesn't do anything great or small without telling me. So why would he hide this matter from me? This can't be true. But David reassures him, your father certainly knows that I have found favor with you. He has also said, Jonathan must not know of this or else he will be grieved. David also swore, as surely as the Lord lives and as you are yourself live, there is a step between me and death. And Jonathan said to David, whatever you say, I will do for you. So this is a beautiful relationship here. You know, Jonathan is really, really 10 toes down, not gonna ever fold. Even if it is his dad being the one that's like the enemy right now. He is really stepping forward and making sure that he is showing up for David and really being like a support system for him in this time. Then the rest of chapter 20 is basically Jonathan and David kind of working together in terms of what to do. He's trying to basically test the waters. He's trying to like test the temperature of Saul to see if he still wants to kill him. Then y'all can read that, but then scanning over into verse 33, chapter 20, verse 33, it says, then Saul threw his spear at Jonathan to kill him. So he knew that his father was determined to kill David. He threw a sword at his own son to kill him, with the intent to kill him, because if you go up a couple more verses, it says, Saul became angry with Jonathan and shouted, you son of a perverse and rebellious woman, don't I know that you are siding with Jesse's son? Jesse's son is David. Don't I know that you're siding with Jesse's son to your own shame and to the disgrace of your mother? Every day Jesse's son live on this earth and your kingship are not secure. Saul at that point was done talking. He threw a spear at his son to kill him. It didn't work, so he got it from the table. Verse 34, he got it from the table and fiercely, he didn't eat any food for that second day of the new moon, for he was grieved because his father's shameful behavior towards. So you see that like the want to kill David is so deep and embedded. This is how you know jealousy is not, like, you cannot be friends with people who are jealous of you. You cannot be jealous of people who, you cannot be friends with people who want your life. You cannot do that. You have to be careful, because as we see here in the text, Saul has jealousy so deep in him to where it is now anger. It is to the point that his son is against what he's doing, and he's willing to even take his own son out if he's not on his side, if he's not trying to do that. The Bible even talks about don't envy anything that your brother or your sister has. Don't envy that. Don't do that, because we see here what jealousy can do, what jealousy can bring on. And at this point, Saul is really out of it. Saul is really disgusted with David when David ain't even done nothing. David didn't even do anything to the man other than be in his purpose. Not you getting mad because somebody else is in their purpose and doing it well. Wow. Okay, so that's where I stopped. Okay, that's where I stopped. So I'm just kind of in this back and forth thing right now with Saul. First Samuel is really teaching me a lot about friendship. It's teaching me a lot about jealousy. It's teaching me a lot about purpose and having a great relationship with the Lord. And I know we talk about relationship with God, relationship with God, relationship with God. But this is a beautiful example, and this is David in his younger years. Like, this is a beautiful example of the things that can happen. And this is nothing but the text. Like, this is nothing but the text just proving itself, because the Bible also talks about, like, to reign with Jesus, you suffer as well. The Lord, Jesus even talked about, you know, they hated him first. So you know they're gonna hate us. So even reading this, it's like David is in his purpose. David is doing things well. David's successful. David loves the Lord. The Lord loves David. He's in his bag. He's doing what he needs to do, and he's doing it well. And because of that, that still upsets people. That still upsets Saul. I also feel that too. It's that because I mean, like, look at it. Imagine, hear me out. Imagine, and this is why I said in my other vlog that don't think you cannot be replaced. Like, humble yourself enough to know that you can be replaced. Yeah, it's just very interesting to see, you know, why Saul is so angry. I get it, I guess, but you can't be mad at anybody but yourself. Because if you were on top of your game, if you were still operating in a way that you should have been operating on, they probably wouldn't even been thinking about hiring anybody else or looking for somebody else. You know, so we can see why Saul might feel how he feels, but this is very, very, very childish. Saul is older at this point. Like, yeah, because in chapter 18, verse 15, it says, when Saul observed that David was very successful, he dreaded him. Let this be a reflection in any position that you have, that you want. Like, don't mishandle the assignment of God. Don't mishandle things that he's called you to do. Do it well. Do it at the best of your ability. As long as your heart is in the right place, do it to the best of your ability. But if you're not going to show up, this can go for, I mean, let's make it more relative. This can go for relationships. We say it all the time. If he wanted to, he would. If you don't want to step up and be that woman in this man's life or that man in this woman's life, if you don't want to do that, somebody else will do it. And you can't be mad at nobody but yourself when they up and leave you, for real. When they up and move on. So let's not mishandle the assignment of God. Let's, you know, just all reflect on what that even looks like. And if you're still kind of like confused on what that is, it's like, just get in the face of God. Get in the face of God and serve what is in front of you. And let God have the rest. Like, let God guide you to the next. Let God do that. What is up, you guys? I am heading to town. I don't know what I want, honestly, for lunch. This is exactly why I wanted to have food in the house, because anytime I try to decide what I'm hungry for or what I want to eat, I never know. Anyway, I kind of have my mindset on what I want. I just want like a good salad. So I'm just getting home. I had a quick meeting. Now, moving on to the next portion of my work day, I have some edits to make for a YouTube video. It's a sponsored one. Yeah, it's a sponsored one. So I want to make sure that those edits get done. Also, the meeting I had is so exciting, you guys, because I'm not going to say what it is right now because it's definitely in the very premature stages, but it's a part of me kind of giving back to the community a little bit and just doing some things in that area. So that makes me so excited to just be able to do things like that and just kind of get my hands in some philanthropy type of stuff, because there is definitely more to life than just making money and spending it on yourself. I'm getting ready to put some carbonated water in this mug. Yeah, these settings are off. I look washed out. I look a lot of things right now. With this is my little ice thing, and I love it because you just push up on the bottom. They literally just pop out and then drop them into your glass. Put you some water. I don't have any lime, but I do have lemon, and that's better than nothing. Drinking the water plain is cool, but having a little bit of in there kind of takes it there. So you can squeeze a little in there. Squeeze a little little lemon in there. Just want to make some nice carbonated water, bougie. Put it in a wine glass and add some decoration. Okay, also I want to show you guys these pants again. These pants I wore, I don't care. I wore these pants yesterday to church. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see these pants? These pants. Are you kidding me? And I put them on with some Doc Marten boots because it's cold for whatever reason today. But do y'all see these pants? Pockets are right here. And then I got on my little Fabletics bodysuit, so it's cute because it's like drips on the back. Yes, I wore this to my meeting, but I put it on a black blazer on top, so definitely giving professional. But you know, it makes it difficult to try to be excited about the things that are in my life, because
you are his daughter. He loves you, he cares for you, he is present.
Good morning, you guys. I'm low-key irritated. I'm trying to fight through it, but I dropped my camera, the stupid tripod. I'm gonna have to find me another tripod because this one is not gonna cut it whatsoever. So I'm just a little frustrated because I just got this camera and I feel like, why would you drop it? I mean, I didn't drop it. It's just, it fell. This tripod is just kind of funny. It was actually for another camera, but whatever. But anyways, good morning. Not trying to bring the bad energy to you guys. But good morning. Praying all is well with all of you. I'm so happy I was able to knock my hair out because I was just really kind of over looking like I'm just going through trials and tribulations. You know, you don't have to look like what you're going through. You don't have to look like the things, you know what I'm saying? So let me just, yeah. It's something about having your hair slicked back. I'm here for all of it, whatever. But I was just kind of over having all of the stuff in my hair. The Jalen, think, use your brain cells, I'm trying, y'all. What is wrong with me today? I really just lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? I'll put the words up here of whatever I've legit lost my train of thought. But anyway, good morning. Today is Tuesday, beautiful Tuesday. I have a vlog going up in a little bit. I gotta make sure everything is situated with that. Drinking one of my pressed juices this morning. This is the apple, pineapple, lemon, and mint, the sweet citrus. I haven't really tried the other ones, but that one's really good to me. I have one thing I need to do real quick. I'm gonna try to beat my managers on the clock. You guys, this is video. It's part of a sponsorship, but the joint, I had to do a lot of edits to it and I had to take a lot out. And now the video is not even 30 minutes and I just feel really stupid to even post it. But at this point, it has to go through all of these different approvals. So it's not like I can say, hey, let me add some extra footage to this, because it would have to go through an entire like review process and we're on a crunch time. Let me tell y'all something. I had a beautiful experience with God yesterday. It was very interesting. I cut on some worship music. It's just like worship instrumental music. And the one I listened to yesterday, I know you guys know the song Oceans. That song is so, but there was an instrumental that I found of someone just playing the song over and over, and they were just in their anointing and just playing, and I lost it. Avery, what? Hold on, guys. I'll finish the story in a second. Avery, come here, Tink Tinks. Poop Poops. Avery. Oh God, why did I almost fall backwards on the steps, y'all? What the heck? Hey, Pooh, come on. Were you waiting to come down with Mommy? Hey, good morning. Come on, people, but you were waiting for Mommy. Be careful, Avery. She won't talk about this stuff, child. Anyway, guys, I had just an interesting experience with the Lord yesterday. It was really beautiful. I was just really giving some things over to the Lord and just having one of my good old crying sessions. My Bible is still sitting here because I was sitting here. Actually, I was here. There goes the pillow. I had lost it, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. But I just started reading scriptures about, like, you know what's crazy? I don't even know what scriptures I was reading. I was just like, in that moment, I was just flipping to what I knew. And my Bible is still open to this page, but I don't even know. I don't even think this is what I was on, if I'm honest. I don't know. But as I was crying, I could just feel, it's like I could not help myself but to cry. What's up, you guys? It has been some time later. I was reading through some comments, and let me tell y'all something. Like, when I'm like not in the best mood, I will go and read some of you guys' comments, but sometimes I can't get through them because it will make me cry. Oh, also, one of my nails popped off. I was doing my nails in my last video. There is an important step that I skipped that I usually don't skip, and I skipped it and my nail popped off. What is up, you guys? I got out of my meeting. Today's meeting was very quick. Very, very quick. Just a lot going on right now. This is a weird season for me. Weird. I just heard the Lord tell me to go read the word, so I'm about to go do that. So let's test it out. This is me before reading the word today. Let's see what I look like when I'm done. Almost forgot to come back and tell you guys what I got. So if I'm being honest, I'm still kind of feeling the same, but it's all good. I misplaced my glasses, but I'm still reading 1 Samuel right now. Listen to this. Okay, so we all know what strongholds are, right? During that time, they were actual like physical places that you could like go into for protection. Strongholds in the Bible in that time were described as these, like, it could be, for example, it could be like a building that's made for like protection. Looking it up here just on the dictionary, it says a stronghold is a defensive structure. In Psalm 9:9, it says the Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. So basically it's something designed for protection. But also in the dictionary, it also says it's a place that has been fortified so as to protect it against an attack, or a place where a particular cause or belief is strongly defended or upheld. It says, what are strongholds of the mind? And it says, a stronghold of the mind is a lie that Satan has established in our thinking that we count as true, but is actually a false belief. It says when we embrace these lies, they affect our attitudes, emotions, and behaviors. And I thought this one obviously was pretty interesting because, as I talked about in my last vlog about taking those thoughts captive in 2 Corinthians, it talks about taking every thought captive to obey Christ. We talked about that a little bit, but I thought this was interesting. So let me bring it back full circle. So what I'm reading right now in 1 Samuel, I'm not going to go through the chapter. How many of us, if we had the opportunity to retaliate or do something evil, even in this moment, David recognizes that even in Saul's craziness right now, he is still an anointed one. He is still somebody that God chose. However he handled it, however he wanted to fumble his bag, he was still someone that God sought out after and anointed. But David said, even in this advantage, I recognize who he is. And that, even in that, is recognizing, like, we don't wage war with flesh. He recognizes this is not even, like, this is not him. And this is what I mean when you don't stoop to your enemy's level. Your enemy could become a blessing. Take it from me. Hear me in the spirit, you guys. So what I'm taking it as, based off of the other definition about how a stronghold can be translated as a lie from Satan, and for us to be thinking that that's true, that's a stronghold. That can be related to a lot of things. And if that is what we are believing, a way to fight against that is to what? Go back to 2 Corinthians about taking every thought captive to obey Christ. And on top of that, praise. Gad told him to go back to the land of Judah. Now, I'm sure there's more deeper reasons of that, but what I'm pulling from it is go back to praise. So while you're in the thick of this stronghold, while you're in the midst of this situation, praise. Praise God, praise him, worship God, talk to the Lord, read about him, pray. I do this joint all the time. And yes, it does not instantly fix my situations. It does not instantly make me feel better, but there is something on the inside that is happening when you are praising God. When those tears are not directed towards alcohol or any other substance or whatever, when you are directing your emotions and your tears and you are casting those cares to the Lord, there is something that is happening that you cannot see. You might not even feel it, but I want you to know and reassure you that when you cry out to the Lord, when it comes to situations or whatever it is that you are harboring or holding on to or carrying or weighing you down, whatever it is, when you cast those cares over to the Lord, they are not wasted. You might not have to do it in a literal sense like I do, but when I cry, I will cry into this Bible. But I know spiritually those tears are being held in the hands of God because it's going to water the very ground that's going to have a beautiful harvest. So right now, it might look like something. I'm getting ready to cry, y'all. Right now, it might look like something. But let me tell you, this is operating in faith. This is saying, God, I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know where you're at. kind of. But I know the God I serve is going to come through for me. That God will not hand me over to my enemy. It will actually be the opposite, okay? It will be the other way around. I will cut off my enemy. I will cut off my enemy's head with his own sword. I will do that. It will not take over me. It will not kill me. It will not send me back to where I used to be. You have to start declaring these things over yourself. So when it comes to strongholds, like it just said, it can be a lie from the enemy. But it's the problem is not even the enemy yapping, walking around like a roaring lion. He's not even the issue. It don't mean nothing. He's not the issue. The issue is when we give it value, when we give it truth, when we say it's real and we don't renounce it, we don't cast it away. We embrace it. Like I said, we embrace it and we deem it to be true. Or even battle with it. It might have some truth. No, we don't. If it came out of the enemy's mouth, nothing about him is truth. He's the opposite of God. He is not truth. Anything that comes out of the enemy's mouth has no truth to it, not even a little bit. No. That's why you have to pray over your mind every day. I'm taking my own advice, but you have to pray over your mind every single day, because these strongholds could really send us somewhere that we don't want to go. And I told y'all before in another vlog, it starts here and it goes down everything else. If the enemy can get you here, he's got you everywhere else. Like I said, I'm in 1 Samuel. This is just really talking about Samuel, Saul, David, the Philistines, Goliath. Like, it's just talking about all of these things. But even reading it, I asked the Lord. I told y'all before, I asked the Lord, I'm like, Lord, you just give me something. And that's what I'm taking away from it. When Gad said to David, don't stay in the stronghold, leave and return to the land of Judah. Because when I tell you up here, I'm good, but like up here, it's been a battle. And I remember in a book I read some umpteen years ago, it says that when you start believing, the book said, and I'll put the title up here of the book, I think it's called Think, Learn, Succeed by Caroline Leaf, Dr. Caroline Leaf. But she said in that book, she said affirmations, paraphrasing, she said affirmations are cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, affirmations only work if you actually believe what you're saying. Because there is no reason for you to be saying, oh, I'm this, and you're talking so good about yourself, but you don't actually believe it. You're creating a mental war with yourself in your subconscious. Did y'all know your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's true and what's false? So if you keep saying things with your conscious mind, your subconscious doesn't know if you're playing around. So you know how sometimes we say, oh my God, I'm so weak. But we say it in terms of like, oh, I'm laughing a lot, or it's super funny. But your subconscious doesn't know that that's what you're talking about. So we have to be mindful with the things that we say, some things, and this is another way that the enemy can get into our vernacular, our vocabulary, our just day-to-day talk. And we be saying things that we think is funny, but in reality, because I'll give you a perfect example. I have said it plenty of times, I am weak. Somebody do something funny, I'm weak. No, I'm not. It's funny what you're doing, what you said is funny, but I'm not weak. My subconscious don't know the difference if I'm really saying I'm actually weak or saying I'm weak or whatever the case is. No, I'm not. I'm strong. I'm not weak. So all I'm saying, I feel like I'm kind of going all over the place right now, but all I'm saying is that stronghold could be many things. But what I want y'all to take away from this point of the video is verse 5, chapter 22. Don't stay in the stronghold. Leave and return to the land of Judah. You got to fight this thing spiritually. I read it yesterday. Tony Evans was talking about we don't wage war with the flesh. It's a spiritual thing. So we need to use spiritual weapons to fight this stuff. How do we do that? The word of God, your day-to-day walk in communion with the Lord, your prayer life, your worship, all of it. That's using your spiritual weapons. That's using your godly wisdom. So with all that being said, I give God praise for this moment. God, I thank you for your word that continues to be timeless, that continues to speak to the very areas that we need. We're gonna work this out. I had to put this joint back in the refrigerator because it was sitting out. But this right here got my stomach tore up. Also, I'm gonna put it in the description box, but I am partnering up. This video is not sponsored, but in the near future, I'm just trying to get some surveys going right now just to get some feedback from you guys. But how many of you would want to travel with me to it's blank right now, but want to travel with me to a vacation situation, and it'd be some type of like getaway and community, sisterhood, talking, all the stuff, but we're in a beautiful location. I'm gonna leave the link down below. It's a quick survey just to kind of get some feedback from you. Your personal information is not shared whatsoever, but it's just gonna give me an idea of what the majority can do in terms of budget when it comes to travel, where you guys would actually want to travel. I have a few options on there of where I personally would want to go, but I also want to keep in mind of what's more affordable and what could be feasible for all of us. The majority of us could do in terms of, again, of being able to afford the trip and all the things. So if you can, check the link down below. I've been posting it very sporadically on Instagram, but I know I need to do it again just to reach the demographic of people over there, just in case they don't have YouTube. But I thought, and I hadn't said it here, and I can't believe I hadn't, but yes, if you guys would like to travel with me, because that is something my management team and I are working on, I think it would be amazing. So if you guys can, definitely click that link. And just a quick survey, won't take you long at all. It's just gonna ask you a few questions just to kind of see where your mind is or what you're thinking of when it comes to traveling with Jalen. So I know it's a little different, but I feel like it will be a really beautiful time to be able to see me in person. I get to see you guys in person and actually spend some time with my girls who can, you know, take that trip. If you can't, do not worry. We'll do something else after that to just make something work for all of us, because I know not everybody's budget is trip worthy right now, which is okay. We can do something else. We'll find something else to do, but I do want to extend that because I do want to take a trip here very soon. Speaking in right now, it's going to be looking more towards the end of the year, not colder, but probably right at the very end of the summer. So again, the quicker I can get more surveys in, the quicker I can plan it, and we can all plan it and see if we can all make something work in terms of traveling. But let me know what you think. Click the link. I would love to hear back from you. You don't have to comment anything about it here. Just kind of keep it discreet, exclusive. Click the link and drop it there. Again, your name, your information, your budget, all of that will not be shared. It doesn't even show me the names of people who do it. It'll just on my end, all I see is like pie charts and graphs. So that's all I see. I don't see anybody's name. I don't see anything. I just see the majority has hypothetically $3K to spend for a trip, hypothetically. And the majority, let's say 68% says Italy. Another 20% might say Bali or something. So that's all I see. Again, I don't see anybody's name or any personal information. I don't even think it asks you any personal information. So just fill it out. Just do that. That's all you got to do, and it will just help me and my management team figure out what to do from here in terms of planning a trip. That's crazy, the fact that I'm even able to do that with you guys. So if you're down for it, I would love to kind of get that ball rolling, and you never know who just may be my +1. So you just might be able to see somebody else other than me that you guys love to watch as well. Y'all already know who I'm talking about.
Noah.
I love that. I need to raise my children up.
So something just hit me and I don't even know what to do with it. But
and you have 3 other items. Which do you want to hear about? Items being shipped or other items? Or say all of them.
Items being shipped.
And here's the tracking number so you can track your order later. That's fine.
Grace and peace and good morning. It is a new day. Today is today Thursday already? Oh, I think today is Thursday, you guys. I just got out of the shower and just got myself together for the morning. I have therapy this morning in about 30 minutes, and I probably will wait till after therapy, but I want to get in another chapter of this. Tomorrow is the official book club, and I am so excited. So yeah, I know this vlog will be up after the first one goes live, but if you joined us, I'm praying in advance that it went well and that your experience with your first book club was beyond your expectations of what it would be. So I hope everything went well. I have to speak it into existence and into the future because today is Thursday and it's not until tomorrow evening. It's so funny, like dogs are just like sleeping creatures. Avery gets up, stretches, drinks some water, uses the bathroom, comes downstairs with me just to get into her spot and lay down and go to sleep again. It's like, what a life. I have one more juice left and I'm gonna have to make it count, but it's something about a cardigan just in the house. I love it. Let's get our juice down. I still have some of these flowers up here. Oh no, these joints died. So yeah, so there are a few flowers in this bouquet right here that are dying. So what I want to do is I want to add it to my current bouquet of flowers because I have one that died. So that's like a non-negotiable for me right now. It's like in my house, I want fresh flowers. So like a few of these have went on to glory. So like this one. Aww, this one was so pretty. Then like this one and went on to glory. Just so this one can be in some type of like water, flower food, all the things. I'm gonna take out the ones that are still alive in this bouquet. These purple ones look savable. So let's get you in there. These are still pretty good. So I'm cutting these at a 45-degree angle. Yesterday was hard because I just kind of sat in my emotions and just kind of feeling disappointed with myself because I have the luxury most days to kind of push work off and get to it when I want to. It's not good because I can take advantage of that. So I was kind of disappointed in myself that I spent most of yesterday. I did some work, you know, so I look at all this and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. But also really just learning to rely on God, because I'll tell you what, you know, you take pride in your weaknesses because when you're weak, that's when God is made strong in your life. So I'm looking at all of this stuff and I'm like, and those are the things that really help me feel better, because it's like regardless of what, I feel hurt by this, but also I'm gaining a deeper, most of the time we're praying for, you know, whatever it is that we want to happen. Like we'll say like, oh Lord, have your way. Have your way, Lord. And just we'll say all this stuff. But in our mind, in our subconscious, we're like, God, we want it to go this way. So. Right.
But then we really want you to have your way.
We really don't. We really don't. We're being honest. We really don't. Because most of the time, God got a whole different idea. A whole different idea of what's going to take place. Ooh, you guys, therapy. Oh my gosh, today was definitely a much better day with therapy. I can't even like describe it, but I won't take you guys through the whole thing, but I just feel on top of the world right now, just with how God just continues to show himself in my life. Going through situations is hard, like don't get me wrong, it is so hard, but when God just reassures you. God is a God of reassurance. It don't matter how many times he showed himself to you, he don't have no problem showing you himself yet again. God, that's like my therapist, we were talking about my wins, and I'm not talking about career wins, I'm talking about emotional wins, just day-to-day life wins, right? She was like, go treat yourself. I was like, don't tell me that, because I will. She was like, go treat yourself. Like, go do something for yourself to celebrate your wins. Because a lot of times we'll go out and clink and celebrate, you know, a brand deal. Or we'll go and celebrate buying a house or a car. Like, we'll go and celebrate those things. But like, nah, we're celebrating these wins that don't have nothing to do with anything tangible. Like, this is a supernatural win. And for that, you can't tell me nothing. Look at this win right here. Avery's a win. Aren't you a win, Bookie? Aren't you a win? I had a visitor yesterday and she tinkled a little bit. That's what I love about this couch. I'm able to take the pillowcases off. So that one's washing. Look at the little view. What are you doing? Mommy's getting ready to get you some food, Boops. Look at the girl. Oh, look at the girl. I'm getting ready to call her group because she doesn't have a grooming appointment until like the 11th or something. But I keep on forgetting to let her groomer know I want her hair to be shorter. So when Avery gets groomed, they put the bow on her hair and all of this stuff. And
Would you mind holding just a moment?
no problem.
Thank you. I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
Which dog is it?
Avery.
Oh, hey, Miss Davis.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, you want to come in Tuesday the 9th? All right. Yes, ma'am. We'll see you then.
All right, thank you so much. I want to do like a bedroom transformation. Like I want to be like, this was my room for like the past ever long. And then this is what it is now. I got towels going. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. Just kind of prioritize some things. And then that's what I'm gonna do this weekend though is get my bedroom together, because how my bedroom looks right now is definitely a no-go, and I just feel like I can really spruce this room up. I'm supposed to be working, but look at it. Come here. Get. Psh, psh, get it. Let me hear the growl. Let mommy have it. Mommy wants it. Let mommy have it. Avery, let mommy have it. Let me have it. Thank you. It's good to go. Okay, later. Y'all, I hit my toe on the edge of my coffee table, and when I tell y'all my toenail is chipped, do y'all understand how irritated I am? I just got my feet done when Sunny was in town. And y'all, you have a piece of it. Okay. Ava don't like when you mess with her face, honey. She be. That's why I'm trying to figure out how the groomers get to groom her like that, because she don't like. Clearly today is like some serious laundry day, because I just got done with this one load of laundry. Because what I've done, you guys, is I have been decluttering again. I'm really working on downsizing, and not downsizing, but decluttering. Like anything that's in this house is something that is functional. So I have my very, very, very soft comforter from Amazon that I'm getting ready to put on my bed. I have to get the duvet out of this one. This one is from Brooklyn. This one needs to be washed. Get my duvet out of this one. Hey, Cube. We got a friend. Come here.